The Untold Secret. The sterile white walls of the hospital room seemed to close in on Soraya as she lay in bed, the steady beeping of the heart monitor echoing in her ears. It had been 2 weeks since the transplant, and she could still feel the lingering ache in her chest, a reminder of the stranger's heart that now beat within her. What she couldn't shake off, however, was the sudden onset of the vivid dreams that haunted her every night, a series of night terrors that she couldn't comprehend. As the dreams grew more intense, Soraya began to question the origin of the chilling scenes that played out in her mind. At first, she assumed these nightmares were her mind's way of processing the trauma of the surgery she had just undergone. But one night, after being violently ripped from her sleep by yet another vivid and disturbing dream, Soraya decided to take her laptop and delve into research. It was during that moment she stumbled upon the concept of cellular memory, the controversial idea that memories could be stored in cells throughout the body. The words on the screen seemed to leap out at her, and Soraya couldn't help but wonder if her newfound nightmares were, in fact, the memories of her heart donor. The more she thought about it, the more the pieces fell into place. Her dreams were filled with images of violence and fear, culminating in a brutal attack that might have taken her donor's life. As the realization dawned on her, Soraya felt an overwhelming urge to seek justice for the person who had made her second chance at life possible. But the faces of the attackers in her dreams, members of what appeared to be a dangerous gang, made her pause, her heart pounding with a mixture of anger and dread. The thought of bringing the perpetrators to justice was quickly overshadowed by the realization that doing so could put her own life at risk. Confronting the gang would be like opening a Pandora's box of potential danger, and Soraya could not bear the thought of losing the life she had just regained. It was then that she made the difficult decision to keep her inherited memories a secret, to bear the burden of the truth that would forever remain locked within her. As she stared at the ceiling of the dimly lit hospital room, Soraya understood the weight of the choice she had made. Her life would forever be haunted by the memories of another, the untold secret that she would carry with her like a shadow. It was a decision that would shape her future, define her existence, and bind her to the tragic fate of the stranger whose heart now beat within her chest. About Soraya. Soraya's upbringing unfolded in a densely populated, unforgiving city where empathy for one's neighbour seemed scarce. Her life was an ever-shifting mosaic of experiences, but fate intervened abruptly when she was diagnosed with acute myocarditis, an inflammation of the heart muscle. Her only lifeline was a heart transplant, a life-altering event that would enigmatically intertwine her existence with the remnants of a stranger's past. The heart that found a new home in her chest bore the emotional burden of its previous owner's final moments, manifested in vivid memories of a fatal confrontation with a sinister figure seemingly affiliated with a gang. As nightmares and déjà vu episodes permeated her waking life, Soraya delved into research, eventually discovering the concept of cellular memory. This contentious notion suggested that her persistent nightmares were the inherited memories of her donor's harrowing demise, an event so profound that it imprinted itself onto every fibre of his being. Equipped with this newfound understanding, Soraya sought comfort in an anonymous donor exchange program. Through a sequence of letters, she assembled fragments of her donor's life, unearthing a narrative of strife and unrealized potential. Each revelation deepened her comprehension of the individual whose last moments on Earth now haunted her relentlessly. Compelled by the memories and insights gleaned from the letters, Soraya enlisted the help of a therapist. She hoped that by dissecting her donor's final moments, his lost soul would find peace, allowing both of them to move on from the terror that consumed her dreams and waking hours. Each session unraveled the layers of anguish and trauma that characterized her donor's final moments, shedding light on a life that was simultaneously foreign and intimately entwined with her own. Yearning for a new beginning, Soraya relocated to Paris. She believed that the city's warmth and enchantment would provide a stark contrast to her turbulent past, offering sanctuary far from where everything had transpired. Yet she couldn't escape the sensation that a fragment of someone else's life had merged with her own. This sudden, profound philosophical contemplation of her identity prompted her to delve into philosophical concepts, including the enigmatic ship of Theseus. Soraya's introspection unearthed a plethora of questions. To what extent were her memories uniquely her own? Were there other memories she had inherited but wasn't aware of? How much could be stored in a heart? What constituted the essence of an individual's identity? Immersing herself in the mystery of the ship of Theseus and other profound philosophical concepts, Soraya found herself entangled in an exciting labyrinthine and existential quandary. But Soraya's most significant struggle revolved around the question of whether the new heart and the vivid, brutal cellular memory from someone else would simply be tolerated by her mind, potentially with the aid of lifelong medication, akin to a transplanted heart, or if it would be assimilated and become an intrinsic part of her, her identity, her body, and her collective memory of herself.